Our Players Association Most Valuable Player Award, and let's first take a recap though on the 5 most valuable players. Wayne Carey, what a magnificent leader for North Melbourne, a young man with a great future, dynamic inspiration at centre half forward for the Roos. Gary Ablett, what can you say about him? He played the game to a rare level this season, 100 goals, one of 3 men to top the ton. There's not much he can't do with the football. Greg Williams, the diesel, the engine room of the Carlton machine. He's the one that made it happen. Tony Modra, we've just seen him take yet another great mark. Fantastic legs, great hands, and a very good kick for goal. A real focus for the Crows. Jason Dunstall. Now what can you say about him? 4 times 100 goals in a season, not good enough to get an All-Australian Guernsey this year, Ted. I don't know how you left him out of it, but you can't get 3 full forwards into a side, can you?
Pretty hard, Max.
The big pig.
Who's the big pig?
Jason does. They took an X-ray of his stomach one day and they found a pie in there without a bite out of it.
All right, well...
Sam. We used that 25 years ago.
Shut up.
It's good when he says it, though.
Let's get serious at this stage, fellas. Remember that the winner of the Most Valuable Player Award, voted on by the players in the AFL football competition, is a magnificent Nissan Pathfinder, the 4x4 with absolutely everything. A magnificent prize worth $40,000 plus. You're in the right spot here.
Right off the bat.
Tell us a bit about this machine here first. I mean, gosh.
Well, it's a Nissan, it's my car, and I feel that strongly about Gary Ablett that I'm going to give him it. And if Leon Daphne doesn't mind, I might give him the company because he is just sensational.
But that's all right. We were going to probably open the envelope and have a little bit of a look at it. Don't you worry about that. I mean,
Is that a fact?
That's all right. Well, I'll just pull the trousers down the whole bit. Eh? That is all yibbity yibbity, Rex.
Thank you very much. You want the keys? Unbelievable.
Have you got the keys too?
I got the keys, Max, and I'm going to produce some magnificent fish in the back of that Nissan, I can tell you now.
I can smell them actually already. Actually, they're already in there. Okay, Rexy, thank you very much. At this stage, we should introduce Mr. Leon Daphne. Actually, if we could bring him across now. Leon, the envelope's already been opened for you. Chief Executive of the Nissan Australia Association Company, magnificent donation, beautiful car. Rex, what more can I say? Leon, I'm sure you'd like to hand this over to the one and only, what's the name of the man who won this?
One and only Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett! So Gary, you've got the keys to the car. You also get $5,000 worth of necklace, diamond and gold from Paul Bram Jewellers in Melbourne. I think you'll all agree here, an absolutely magnificent gift, this one. The car, the necklace, and I must say too that one lucky viewer also will walk away with this $5,000 necklace. Mr. Tony D'Argino of Craigieburn in Victoria. Congratulations to you. $5,000 necklace, there's no doubt about it. We're not over with the presentations yet. Peter Allen, come in. You've got a plaque, a trophy to make a presentation to Gary Ablett as well.
I have, Max, and Gary, on behalf of our Players Association, it gives us pleasure to present this to you. I'd just like to explain that this award has been voted on by your peers, the players, and the things they considered were your ability to play under pressure, your versatility, your skill and courage, your overall value to the team, and the respect from your players, both your own and your opposition. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max.
Leon, the car,
Gary, just, Max, if I could just say that this Australia is very happy to be associated with the greatest game in the world, and for an outstanding champion like this, it's even much greater thrill. And also to win a trophy like this with the peers of yourself, Gary, making the award outstanding. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Gary, would you like to say a few words? Maybe you'd like to go and sit in my chair over there and join the panel. I'm sure there'll be more questions, and I'm sure you'd love to say thanks to quite a few people.
Just like to thank Channel 9, Nissan, the AFL Players Association for voting me Player of the Year, and Paul Bram Jewellers. Thank you very much.
Well done, Gary.
Here we are.
Terrific, son.
Okay, gentlemen, maybe a couple of quick questions to Gary. Maybe first up, Gary, you've had to play on all the fullbacks during the season. Would you like to just maybe give us an idea of what it's like to play on both the two backs that will be performing tomorrow?
Yes, well, I guess probably the fullback I consider probably the best in the league won't be playing tomorrow, but the two that will be there tomorrow.
Who's that?
Young Silvani, he's a great player, obviously, and probably I'm only presuming, I suppose, that Danaher will be playing fullback for Essendon.
Who's the fullback you said you didn't name who won't be playing tomorrow?
Chris Langford.
You think he's the best in the league?
I think
Put him in the All-Australian side.
Yeah.
Ted, there's the best man in the league, and he says he's the best fullback.
Ted, why don't you, Ted?
Hey, I tell you what, you sorted these blokes out beautifully.
Gary, you've almost made a rod for your own back. Could you possibly think you could play a better year of football next year? I mean, you've got nowhere to go, really. It's been probably the best year of football anyone's ever played since the game's been going.
Oh yeah, well I guess Sam, I guess I just take it 1 year at a time, and I guess you always hope to improve, but my main aim is just to go out and do my best each week, and
Gary,
it goes from there.
yeah, you're talking about 1 year at a time. You're 32, playing fantastic football. 32. How long can you play the game for, do you think?
Well, it's probably pretty hard to say, really. I guess
We had Tucky play to 38. What are you looking at?
Yeah,
Close to there?
That might be a tall order, I think.
I've got two very quick ones for you, Gary.
Yes, Dave.
What's been your highlight of your career with Geelong?
Well, I'd have to say, I think any player would say that's playing in a grand final, the '89 grand final and the '92. Unfortunately, we've been beaten both times, but hopefully we can get back in another one.
The other one is, where did Geelong go wrong this year? Because I felt at the end of the season they were the best side in the competition and didn't make the six.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Ted, that if we could have got in, we probably would have done all right, but unfortunately we let those games slip in the middle of the year, and you can't afford to do that. We got too far behind, and we left our run too late. So you can't win those games during the year. You don't deserve to be there. That's what the game's all about.
Now, Gary, more importantly, who's going to win this big game tomorrow?
Well, I guess that's not an easy question, really, I suppose. But Carlton having the week off, obviously that'll help. They'll be probably the fresher side because Essendon did have a big week last week, and it was a huge comeback. And I suppose you don't know how much that's taken out of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if Essendon did get up.
Gary, just finally, you played at Hawthorn to start your career next to me in the reserves. I could have made you a better player if you had stayed there, all right? Because you haven't kicked on as well as I thought you might.
Could I just ask,
one quick one
you're immensely strong. How have you become that strong? And what training? People out there are just in awe of the fact that you're so powerful and just hit like a brick shelter shed. And do you do any physical training in the gym, or is it just an inherent talent?
I guess we've got 3 nights a week down at Geelong that we train, and we've got 2 nights or 2 days a week compulsory weights. So I guess I do a few weights, but I don't go overboard with them. But I guess the rest has just come, so
just natural.
Well, I'd say so. Yeah.
And you obviously enjoy full forward. That's the go from here on in.
Well, yes.
Do you
Malcolm,
enjoy full forward?
Yeah, I do enjoy full forward. I guess it all depends. Obviously how your side's playing on a day. If it's not coming down much, you can get cold pretty quick. But
where would you like to play?
I like full forward. Yeah.
Gary, you can't give us a lift home going through Turek and the new car, can you, mate?
I'm not thinking of
Because I'm nearly asleep now listening to these blokes talk. You've got a headache too, Max, with this crown.
Okay, Gary, congratulations.
Thanks
Most
very much.
Valuable Players Award. On behalf of everyone here on the footy panel, the AFL Players Association and football lovers everywhere in this country, congratulations. Gary Ablett, what a sensation. Sam?
Could you ask Rex just to come out of his shell for tomorrow's call? Could you just let yourself go a bit, mate, tomorrow?
Just one little burst from the bearded burbler.
What about...
How the ball get...
Would you like to call...
Say Ablett, Rex.
Gary Ablett.
Say Ablett.
So Bairstow's got the ball in the centre of the ground, hand pass it off the couch. Here's a go with a boy from the Torquay Surf Lifesaving Club, the Donnybus boy, Scott, and here comes Ablett!
Rexy!